Vaya, señoras y señores, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's me, your boy, Hebot, and this is another exciting episode of Toys in My Closet. And today, as you can see in front of you and in front of me, I'm going to do another adult collector figure review of Mcfarlane Toys 7-inch scale Fortnite action figures. As you see in front of me, I have Vendetta and I also have Skully, the two brand new entries in the Mcfarlane Fortnite line. And guys, I gotta tell you right off the back, I've said this a while ago, and a lot of people may or may not want to hear it, but Mcfarlane was kind of the guy who pretty much started the high quality figure movement, right? Back when he started at a reasonable price point. And a lot of people probably think I'm crazy. They're going to try to say, no, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah, he really was. And then after that, you had companies like Toy Biz that followed suit with, dioramas and Marvel Legends with a bunch of articulation and things of that nature. Mcfarlane had some stuff that he did with articulation and it was done very well, especially for the time. But he was mostly about the sculpt. And he did excellent work and a lot of excellent things. And I've said to you when we started with this Fortnite line with the 22 parts of articulation, or 22 moving parts as he calls it, that as the time went on, you're going to see an increase on the quality, on the execution, and the changes, and it's going to just get better. And I said this to you a while back when I did the first reviews of Fortnite figures. And probably a lot of you that saw it probably thought, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm telling you right now, these figures are leaps and bounds better in every sense of the word, in every sense of the way, than anything he's released in his Fortnite series thus far. And I hope with this review I'll be able to show you, I'll be able to be as clear and vivid as possible, and that you guys can see what I mean, and I can help you with your future decisions if you want to add them into your collection. So as always, let's start with the packaging. It's still in the same aesthetic and style and motif as it's been thus far, with the Fortnite logo on the top, really big with the font. In the seal in the top corner with the yellow, you see it's 22 moving parts. Vendetta is the name right in the front. Window box opening so you can display both figures and look at them out of packaging. Even though you see I took these out and took the liberty because I had to play with them and see how they were for a while. And then in the corner you see it says 2012 and 12 plus, which usually means ages 12 and up. So I'm going to just quickly move these guys to the side and show you. For Vendetta, we have a Nike soft kind of red. You see a picture of him in the corner there in his polygonal form of the game. Mcfarlane Toys, Fortnite, and Vendetta there. You turn it around like so, and you see that it says Fortnite, another picture of the polygon image of Vendetta, what he looks like in the game, and then on the other side, another promotional shot, just bigger, of Vendetta, of what he looks like in the game in polygon form, with Fortnite at the top. Then you turn it around, and you have the cross sales, 22 moving parts, the two newest editions, and this one does not have any of newer upcoming characters, so there's no sneak peek of other stuff coming. and then obviously the gliders that they promote that you use in the game. So Mcfarlane Toys in the corner for his social media, and you know, it says there's 7-inch action figures. So pretty much the same thing. Same thing with Skully. Top corner, there she is in all of her glory, looking very nice. And the side as well, looking very nice. Obviously in this side, looking very nice. Same way, polygon, turn around, promotional shots, and again, nothing else that's giving you a sneak peek at what's coming out, with the exception of Night Air. So what we'll do now is take a closer look at Skully and Vendetta individually and see what they have to offer. So first, let's start off with Skully's accessories, which are basically his weapons. And we start off with his harvester. And as you can see there, his harvester looks quite nice with this translucent blue on top, fiery look, with these pieces here that are like in a softer, more kind of like grayish blue. Looks bluer on camera. Really trust me, like it doesn't look this blue. Here as well, in here this is basically a harvester, which is a weapon to build in the game, and you know, there's another name for it, is the pickaxe, obviously. Trying to get this to focus. Give me a sec. Oh boy. Yeah, it really wants to act up at this moment. There it is. And that is the tip of it, with the red and the gray blue with the blacks. Looking really good. Then we move on to his gun rifle with the scope, obviously, with some taped up in navy blue tape here in the front where the scope is, and in the bottom there with these nice lines of, I guess, people that you've taken out with this weapon. The gunmetal gray silver with black on the clip, really nicely done, and then that glossy black and the scope in the gunmetal gray with black, as well as the scope in the front. So really nice rifle. And then his backpack, which looks very futuristic, like he can fly, like it's a backpack that with the abilities to get to, like a backpack that allows him to fly or something, with these two pieces of clothing, or it's like a cloth, it's almost like a cape that drapes down from the back of his neck and back, with the actual backpack attached to it, as you can see, with the peg, in a really nice gray blue with the reds, really subtle, and it blends in really, really nicely. So that is his accessories. Now let's move on to Vendetta. And here is Vendetta on the turntable in all of his glory. And he looks really, 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 really nice. He has really nice detail, really nice look to him. He looks very futuristic, like something that you would see in maybe a game like Destiny. Or he looks almost like a cybernetic ninja, with a little touch and hint of like samurai in him, with some of the designs choices on the figure. He is very nicely sculpted, and he's very nicely executed in the articulation. So let's take him off the turntable and bring him up closer so that you guys can see. We'll start off obviously with his head and portrait, as you can see, with the nice little reds inside his eyes, this red painting. This looks like a samurai, ancient samurai mask with the little horns in the front, the two little horns in the bottom on the chin, The neck piece is separate with matte black. On the hood, you see is as nice and red with some blacks on the designs. On the designs of the hood, right? I'm trying to get to. Oh boy. Operation, there it is. And he has these translucent fire looking pieces on his shoulder with the shoulder pads in black. And you see he has the writing there looking like maybe a suit of like something from Mass Effect, with the nice gunmetal gray, with the silver gray there, with the blue gray on the suit coming down, with the silver grays there, with the matte blacks. The shoulder pads are in red with the black highlights in the back as well, the gunmetal. As you can see, he has a clip there to like store something. All this is you know, like gray blue with the stripes in the side there. In black, his gloves looking really nice and futuristic, as you can see, with the red tips going through. These symbols here that he has painted on the suit on the side in white. Also on this side as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh boy. There you go, right there. And then as you can see, his area here looks like the face of a mask with the two eyes, the mouth. Then his cybernetic boots that look like they're a piece that comes all the way from his thighs, going all the way down onto his shoes, like his boots. And you see that this is like a silver gold, or with into gold. He has some writing there too. This is 199. And then silver gold on the knee area. You can see the knee is hidden and it looks very nice. Then he has these Robin and Green Arrow-esque like boots, which he'll probably use these in the future for a Robin figure or a you know, Green Arrow with the blue there, translucent as you see, with some fire little what looks to be like little fire torches. He has like the what you call that on the to slide in, like booster packs, or that's what it looks like, with the translucent blue, and that looks like supposed to be either water or fire. And again, once again, this figure, like most of McFarlane's toy figures to this point, don't share parts with any other figure. And we're going to take a quick look side by side at something like Omega and like I think it was Carbon Omega, one or the other. And I'm going to show you guys how he really tried to change it up this time around. Here we go. I think this is Omega, and as you can see, I have a lot of similarities in look and style and aesthetics, but all this is different. The face and the head sculpt is different, and you see that this here was like the same carbon you know, material, but hard, so when you try to do the crunch on him, it wouldn't really do it a lot forward, because it would hinder, because the plastic there in the torso and stomach area for carbon like this is really hard. And as you can see, you see, very, very similar but different. I'm gonna bring in also I think it was Strafe. Was it Strafe or Omega? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember right now. I don't remember. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Just so that you guys can see the comparisons and the differences and stuff. Then you bring in, you know, him as well, with the same design or close to it, mask, as you can see. Really nice paintwork. The same thing though. This part here was hard, so you can't really, you know, do the arrow crunch properly because of the fact that it's hard. The plastic, it wouldn't allow you. So the reason why I showed you guys that is because when you come here with Vendetta, this part is still hard, but this is all a bunch of soft goods. So now what he did the lower half with soft goods so that you're able to move them and you're able to have better range and movement with the articulation. So another thing he did is his head, the head is a full-blown head. It's not just a plate like in the face like he did with Scorpion, with a hinge that went up and that you could only move the face and not really move it with the hoodie. And this hoodie, as you can see, also is not what you call it. It's not molded to and glued to the piece here on his armor. It's separate, so it's like that to give you the ability to move his head. So we'll start off with his head. He can move left, right. He can look down that much, as you can see, and then you just push up a little bit and he can look up that much. Then he also can tilt and tilt this way, and this is all due to the fact of how he sculpted the head. So there's the first improvement he did with Vendetta, being a hooded character. Then if you notice here, he did has the butterfly wings, but he flushed this piece in more so that when you move the butterfly and you want to move the hand inwards, now it goes in more, so you can give it a more real natural looking flexibility to push it in. So this allows, for example, for the hand and the whole arm to do this. You know, he can touch his chin, for Christ's sakes, if he wants to. You see? Because he, you know, giving you more freedom, even though it's just a little bit, but it's enough that it is very different by allowing you to have that extra little hinge in to bring the arms in closer. This is the best butterfly execution with a figure with him thus far, because he did that little alteration there on the shoulder armor. The arms go up this much. They go full 180. The bicep swivel's there. This is attached to this, so it doesn't affect it. Then you have the double elbow, and then of course in the hands, these came really stiff, so I had to warm them up for quite a while. You see the ball hinge where your hands can go in a circular motion and then up or down. Then here in the torso area, you'll see that the ball joint works really, really well in the torso. The movement is really good, and you can push it forward without even doing the whole ab crunch that much, and then back that much. You get a little bit of gappage, but not too much. Then if you want, on this area, he has the waist swivel, as as you can see, because this is a softer piece that's separate, and he has another piece on the bottom. It's not even attached. So this has a swivel, and then has a whole piece here. You can actually bend them even further, like so. And then backwards, you can hyperextend it even further, like so. And then for the legs, what he did was, they have a nice swivel here, softer than norm, and they go up all the way with a Van Dam split, as you can see. Now, same type of joints in the bottom. He has a double on the knee, you can see. Thigh swivel on this side as well. You can see the swivel there. Not too much, but enough. Then obviously you got the up movement, the down movement, the left and right. The ball hinge is kind of hidden pretty good in these, legs and feet. And then he obviously has the rocking motion with a forward pin, I believe. And then the toe hinge. He feels really, really strong, really stiff. All the joints feel nice and tight. And, he really is a really big improvement over anything like Omega, for example. He is just really well executed. As you can see, no problem standing. I just placed him and he stands. So now let's look at him with his accessory on. And here we have him with his accessories on, as you can see. The harvester, his machine gun, and his backpack, which looks really nice and fills in the back really, really well. And he also, yes, he did bring the famous standardized stand in black with the two pegs for Mcfarlane. You don't really need it to stand them, but again, it's always nice to have it. And I forgot to show you guys too that you could bring his legs up this much with ease in a straight motion kick, and you can bring his leg back about that much. So this Vendetta figure is absolutely excellent. He's a must own, and he's a very awesome addition. He looks design wise, and let's put him on the stand, and just the plain way that he looks, he just looks really, really good. And you can pose him really, really well too, if you need to, at no expense, because it allows you to do it with the way he's been designed, which is really, really cool. Lift this down, put this up like so, and there you have it. He has a nice little pose and looking good in all of his glory, as you can see. So let me bring some other guys to put them side by side for comparison. So here we have them posed next to the ones that look very close to him aesthetically, which is basically, Omega. And I want to say Strife, or is it Alpha? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember. You guys can correct me down below. Again, these are based off the Fortnite video game. I don't play the Fortnite video game, but I do appreciate all the characters that they created because of the design. They have really, really nice and, unique designs. And, that for me is all I need in a figure in order to get enthusiastic enough to pick it up and, rock out with it. That's just the way I am as a figure collector. Just appreciate a good figure. I don't necessarily have to have a direct connection with those characters. But he looks really good, and he is, tool-wise and engineering-wise, he's leaps and bounds better than these two guys before him. So, now let's take a closer look at Skully. And here we have Skully's accessories, aka her weapons. So, again, she brings the standard Fortnite stand with the Fortnite logo and wording of the word Fortnite. Simple, rounded, matte black, 2 peg holes on the side. Then we go take a closer look at her harvester, which is really, really cool because it's very colorful, bright, and it pops a lot. It pops in a delightful way. Obviously, this looks like a nice piece of metal, which is a hatchet. Looks more like a hatchet, but this is also considered an ice pick, so you can use it this way with this side, and this way too, the way it's designed with the pink straps on the red pole with the pink straps with the teal wrapping, and then in the bottom has a very nicely detailed and very cute skull with teeth with a Halloween type theme, but yet it still has rainbow colors and the pink bow, looking like Monster High almost. Then we have her backpack, which is another skull in white. It's like a pearl white, and then it has her motif in their colors, which is like a rainbow, which is pink, teal, and yellow with the white, and it's really cool looking. It looks really nice. There's the peggle, and then her gun is an Uzi machine gun with the white on black, painted really nicely, as you can see. Little paint blemishes, no, not in the bottom there, where you see right there in where the clip goes, but there's the black, and then it has the stack in the back. It's very cool looking, and very nice. So now let's take a look at the figure itself. And here we go, Skully on the turntable in all of her glory, spinning around so that you can see her with a better look. We can actually zoom it in just a tad so you can see what she looks like. And she looks really, 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 really pretty, really beautiful, and it's kind of refreshing because to this point we really haven't had a lot of females in this line, and it's been lacking and missing, and I think Skully is a very nice entry. As you can see, she has a nice champagne colored suit with a very nice sea green teal, and then she has the orangey yellowish hair with the rainbow bright or rainbow style motif in decal around her body. So I'm gonna take a closer look at her. Turn on the light. There we go. And as you can see right off the back, she has a very, very pretty head sculpt. Face sculpt, there's her eyes with the little black paint underneath them. She looks with the hues of the purple on the eyebrows, the pink on the lips, a nice bandana with the star that has a happy face looking like Kirby. And she has a very kind of look to like one of the girl characters from Gem, but with a more military look, obviously. Then she has the soft crop top that you see here, in a nice light burgundy look, with the silvers here in pinkish metallic. This molded sheath with the square knife on the shoulder. You see the bandana has a nice, the nice straps flowing going down. The bulletproof look to her chest vest with the black straps in the side there and the rib cage area that also have the belt buckles. Then you see this bandana tied around her bicep in a light brown, almost like a khaki color or dookie color. The gauntlets on her forearm with the plates on her glove on top of her hands. Then you see a nice soft bodysuit going across underneath with some light, delicate details of her stomach, but very light, like she's wearing something on, obviously. Her crotch area, very elegant with a nice V shape. And then the back as well with the nice, simplified but effectively looking buttocks with a nice little indentations of detail. The nice straps coming down that look like they are glitterified in the way the paint is. And it does feel like when you touch things that have glitter on it, with the symbol of the skull with the teeth, with the pink bow going down, giving her that touch of feminism with a nice look of a badass, chick that you don't want to mess around with. And her boots, the design is really cool, with the blacks coming up like that, straps in the front, open in the back like that. It's a really cool design. Then the boots in the front there, as you see, with that strap on the top of the shoe on the bottom part of the boots, which I think look really cool. So that is her design, and I think she looks really, really nice. She looks really, really nice, and she feels so nice in hand. The plastic is really nice, feels so sturdy, and it feels so soft and creamy at the same time, the way her joints move. And she's just excellent. I love the hair, how it drapes down with the tips in orange with the blending of yellow. So for her articulation, her head goes, that's her head, obviously. Her head moves left and right. She looks down with her head, that much, which is a lot. And this neck piece is in a separate ball peg piece. And then her head goes up about that much. But you can see here, when you put it up, it looks like it's popping, like it's going to pop out of the peg. But it still goes up. It's not perfect. Matter of fact, look, it came up. There you go. There you go. But it's nice and tight. Goes back in. See? All on. Then here you have the nice butterfly joint that is working really nice. It's moving really well. And as you can see, I believe, because this is a soft part too, it goes in a lot better as well. As you can see, it goes a lot in, way more, which is also a nice touch with her butterfly joint. Then you see here, I have the butterfly on the other side, and again, completely new scope. She shares nothing from any of the Cuddle Team Leader or from Dart Bomber. And then her arms go up this much, 180 degrees by swivel, the double elbow, then the ball peg again, kind of more flushed in to not be so obvious, so it looks like it's hiding. It's pretty nicely hidden. Goes up and down, and then it obviously has a hinge that you can use. It goes this way, and then it goes that way. That's that way, that way. See? It feels ratchety almost. That's her hand hinge on her wrist. Then this part here is another nice torso ball peg, where she moves really creamy and really soft, as you can see. It goes back that far and doesn't look too gappy either. And then in her waist, believe it or not, even though it doesn't look like she has none, she has a waist swivel. You can see, I'm going to put her all the way sideways, as you can see, look. She has a waist swivel, so it's there, even though it's completely hidden and doesn't look like it, and it's on a ball peg as well. Look, full range of movement, so she can have attitude this way if she chooses to. As you can see, she can have attitude this way if she chooses to. You see, all I gotta do is straighten this out right here and line it up right there, the two muscle tones, and this goes down on the torso that much, hyperextends back that much, like that. And then if you do it with the whole piece in the crotch, she can go down that much, as you can see, and then go back that much with her hyperextension. And her legs, she can do almost a full Van Damme split as well. As you can see, she has a nice swivel. Very nice swivel. This part in the crotch area is also a soft pliable piece. She has a swivel in both her thighs, like that. Then she has a double knee, like so. And then she has the ball peg going back this way, going forward that way. It's very tight. The hinge on the toe is also very tight, left and right. And then she has the rockers, forward pin rockers as well. So her articulation is excellent. Excellent. She's really nice. I think she's an excellent addition to the Fortnite Mcfarlane collection toy line. So now I'm going to put on her accessories so you guys can see what she looks like with her accessories on. Put her right there. Ba-bow. Turn this way. Ba-bow. Let's put her here real quick so you can see. Oh, there she goes. We'll put her there. Now let's check it out. And here she is with her weapons. And, you know, she just looks fantastic. One of the things that makes her stand out a lot, too, if you see there, she has, you know, the Uzi on that hand. You know, the harvester on that hand. The backpack looking really nice. I actually have it crooked right now. There you go. Looking really nice. Her backpack. One of the cool things that she has that's better than the other ones so far, or thus far, is she has two trigger hands. She has the trigger hand there, And if you can see here in the hand is out. There's a trigger hand on this. So you can put the weapons of like the guns on both her hands, which usually you can't with the other ones. It's one has either one trigger and one palm open, but not trigger hands. So that's cool. And plus her limbs are so tight on the areas here in the knee, kneecap area and on the wrist, that the harvester never feels like it's gonna get loose or like it's too heavy and it's gonna fall down, or that she's gonna drop it due to the weight of it. She is really excellent. I mean, I can't recommend her enough. I really highly recommend for you guys to go out and buy her immediately, especially if you like these figures, because you're gonna see what I'm talking about as far as the color. You're gonna see as far as the color, attention to detail, the paint job, the plastic, the limbs being more, tight and secure, and her overall articulation scheme, that she is a massive upgrade over what we've gotten thus far in the Fortnite line. So I'm gonna bring in the other female I have, so you could see her side by side and see what she looks like and how she stacks up. And here we have Skully next to Dark Bomber. And again, once again, if you pay attention, and if you've been paying attention, Mcfarlane, none of the figures, and I mean absolutely none, have the same sculpting. Yes, they share some minimal little parts here and there, like the boots, maybe some of the arms, the legs. But even to the harvester itself, they're all uniquely designed, like in the game, and even the guns and the backpacks, everything. It's just all 90% or 95% new tooling for every figure. And this is something that only a company like Mcfarlane or even a NECA can actually do and execute, because they're more independent, not as mainstream. So they don't have to worry about taking risk and how they're going to use them all, or how many times they're going to use it, because they're not as big and have to do as wide mass production for these figures. So they can keep them much more closer to the true essence of each individual character or characters, with the style, look, and detail. And that's why I say that these Fortnite Mcfarlane figures are really fun. And they're the ones who started the Articulation game for Mcfarlane all over again, all these years later. So I think, like I said, she's excellent. You will not be disappointed. I think you should go out and get her, because you will not be disappointed. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna do a real quick pass and bring in Vendetta here, side by side with them. And I'll bring in, obviously, Mr. Omega. And I'll bring in none other than, last but certainly not least, and now I remember his name. Now I remember his name, ladies and gentlemen. Now I remember his name. No, this is Carbon. His name is Carbon. And here you have them, the Fortnite figures, that are some of the Fortnite figures from Mcfarlane Toys. Thus far, looking really nice. Beautiful paint jobs, beautiful details. I can't stress it enough. Just go out and pick them up. Now, I found mine in my local GameStop. I think you guys should look there first as well. And I believe places like Entertainment Earth has them in stock as we speak right now as well. And maybe possibly even Amazon. So good luck hunting for these two outside in the wild, my action figure enthusiast. And check them out. So that is it for my review. That's what I have for you for today. My outlook, overlook, and unboxing and review of the brand new Mcfarlane Toys Skully and Vendetta 7-inch scale Fortnite figures for the Fortnite series of Mcfarlane. So, I hope you guys like it. Leave a like with the thumbs up. Leave a dislike with a thumbs down. Share the video with someone you think might like the video, and let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of these two figures. If you're going to pick them up, if you're interested in getting them, if you're not interested in getting them, or if you don't have no plans on picking them up. And if maybe with this review I helped you decide to want to go and pick them up. I'm also very curious if I have that kind of effect with my videos, so it would be nice to see or nice to hear, and very interesting, to be perfectly honest. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, and thank you for stopping by. And please, if you are, do me the favor and hit that subscribe button, because it takes me a long way, helps my channel grow, and in the end of the game makes me get the ability to come back and do more good content like this, which is based off adult collectibles and figures, and also video game related, and it will help me grow. So if you did remember, since I know you didn't have to, I consider you now part of my family. And as always, if you guys ever want to help me out in any way, shape, or form, from the kindness of your heart, it's all down in the description below, with my PayPal description and information, alongside my Patreon. Like always, it's only if you want to, because it will help me grow as well and get better content with better quality. So guys, if you want to check me out on Twitter or on social media, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram. See, respect. Guys, until the next one, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next Toys in My Closet. This is your host, Iba, signing off. Bye-bye. Love you guys. See you soon.